Hey guys, it's Ty from the Gaming Help. This week what we're going to do is look at the recently released update for Darktide. Now, along with the free update that all the players will get, a little bit of spice of life, bug fixes, crash and lag issues that are finally sorted out, and of course, yes, the big DLC. You finally, at long last, get a new class to this game, the Arbites, or the Arbiters, as a lot of players are going to be calling them. Just think it's a splice between second-gen Robocop meets Judge Dredd. Then you get the Arbiters. They're a pretty sweet sect of human that at one point did exist in the earlier generations of the tabletop game. They had their own little army, but they were pretty much trash for the most part. I don't know if they're going to make a comeback, but between the animations in this game, I'm thinking, yeah, it looks like they're going to make a step back into the tabletop game, so this is a good way to segue into it. Their equipment loadouts are pretty cool. They get shock mauls, riot shields, and new variations of bolt pistols and shotguns that players can definitely sink their teeth into. The overall look of these characters is pretty sinister and really cool. I mean, you're administering the law, Imperium style, so that's definitely going to be a nice hook. The cosmetic upgrade abilities between these characters, they can get like little crowns on the back of their helmets, capes, that's pretty freaking sweet. But also, like I said, the free update gives a lot of characters a little bit extra bang for their buck now, a little bit more story narrative into the game, which is what this game was always lacking. But that's not to say it was a bad thing. No, Darktide, just like the Vermintide games, always existed on their crazy gameplay, and so the fact that they threw a little bit of extra in there when they really didn't have to just goes to show that Fat Shark is definitely committed to making this game special, because at the end of the day, they're competing with the giant that is Space Marine 2 that could do no wrong. So in order to compete with that, they need to put the story in. And what I mean by that is, beyond the new class, which gives a whole new story perspective of this game, sure, it also gives you, if you're using existing classes, it's all good, because at the end of every single level, you get a little cutscene clip. It's not that big of a deal, but it also just gives you a little bit extra. And I think that's what this game was really needing more than anything, a little bit more story. So that's a big win for the gamers. And if you really want to commit to the DLC, if you want to go and play as the RBDs, just so you know, at the time of this recording, it's worth $15 plus tax. So, I mean, that's a little steep, but if you're that committed to supporting this game, I personally might recommend that it go on sale before you commit. If not, whatever. But also, beyond the new look of the character, there's also the doggies. Yes, you get to bring a little sidekick with you throughout the game. You see, it's similar to Hired Gun, because you get your little cyborg dog, or as they say in universe, a mastiff. And it's an augmented, highly upgradable cyber poochie, essentially, and it's actually a lot of fun in both Hired Gun and in this game to see how your little loyal companion can be upgraded, and the cosmetic appearance of the animals are different. No two are alike, depending on the upgrades and the buffs or the points you want to sink into your little doggy, and the bionics just make them really spooky, because the more highly upgraded they become, the less and less friendly and more sinister they start to look. So I think that really it works for the Warhammer universe. The big difference between Hired Gun in this game, when you use your little dog in Hired Gun, it's just a temporary attack activation, and after a few seconds it goes away and needs to cool down before you can use it again. But in Darktide, in this game, no. The dog is with you start to finish in this game. So that's a real definite bonus. The Mastiff is terrific at killing small enemies instantaneously or stunning little higher elite classes, and while they're stunned, you get to put them down for the one-shot, instant kill. The one thing you have to be aware of too, if you want to get on the bandwagon, you better move fast, because, like I said, this character, this new class, it costs money. However, also, if you have 4 RBDs go into one mission all at once, then guess what? You're going to have 4 Mastiffs tagging along, and that sort of makes the game broken. It makes it a little too easy, and sooner or later, the devs behind this game, Fat Shark, they're going to realize that, and they're going to nerf it. So move fast. because, like I said, if you got 4 arbiters in one mission with all your little cyber poochies following you, the level just becomes too easy. Even on the more difficulty settings, it's just going to be way too easy for you. So the way I see it, you better jump fast before they get nerfed, because odds are, if anything has taught me in the video game world, if it's a too good of a thing, it usually is. This is definitely a welcome addition to Darktide for sure. This will definitely give it the new breath of fresh air that it was lacking. A little bit more story narrative, a little bit more variety. But like I said, paywall and time limit. Sooner or later, the cyber poochies are going to get nerfed. It's going to happen. So that's about it. This is just a quick one today. Thanks a lot for tuning in this episode of The Gaming Helm. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, have yourself a great day. We'll see you soon.
Yep, we're back. It's good to be back.